Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're looking at a really interesting shift in the UK's luxury real estate market.
hmm
And we're not focusing on the billionaires. We're talking about that crucial bracket, the buyers spending between, say, 1 and 10 million pounds.
Right. The wider affluent market.
Exactly. So why are they backing away from central London, and where is all that money going instead?
Okay, let's unpack this. Our
Hmm.
mission is to really get under the hood of what's driving these big decisions.
Well, it really comes down to confidence and utility.
Mhm.
Paul Welch from Million Plus Private Finance put it perfectly. He said the prime London market is soft but selective.
Soft but selective, and the data backs that up, right?
Oh, absolutely. If you look at prime central London, values have dropped about 3.5% year on year. And the big one is transaction activity. For homes over 5 million pounds, it's running about a third below pre-pandemic levels.
A third. That's huge. And that distinction you made is so important. The super prime, the 0.0001%, they're just in their own universe. They are. They operate outside all of this. But for everyone else in that affluent bracket, that drop in activity shows real hesitation.
So what's causing it? What's driving that hesitation?
In a word, uncertainty. The sources point to political messaging and the constant threat of tax changes.
Right.
If you're about to make a multi-million-pound investment, any hint of instability or, a new tax coming down the line, it just kills confidence, and that capital has to go somewhere.
Okay, so if London is soft, that capital is flowing into the regional prime markets. Our sources say they're holding up much better.
They are. We're seeing a much smaller decline there, only about 1.9% year on year.
And the driver for that is just the lifestyle change, the whole post-COVID effect.
That's the main thing. It's hybrid working and this new focus on quality of life. We're talking top earners, barristers, city bankers who now feel totally comfortable buying a 3 to 5 million pound home out in the country.
And just commuting in a couple times a week.
Exactly. They're choosing space and lifestyle over being right next to the office.
It's just fascinating that a 2-day commute is now shaping these huge investment decisions. But it's not just anywhere in the country, is it? The choice still comes down to the same human stuff.
Right. It has to. You still need great schools. You need solid transport links, a local economy that actually works. It's strategic. It's not just about escaping the city.
And that strategy extends to how they finance these moves.
Yeah, and this is where it gets really interesting. It's built on 4 things: liquidity, value, lifestyle, and crucially, borrowing strategy.
Okay, because I think most of us assume that people in this bracket just, pay cash.
That's the common perception, but it's not quite right.
Yeah.
Unless you're worth $10 billion, you're probably using debt, but you're using it strategically.
So it's not about being able to afford the house.
Not at all. It's about maintaining liquidity. It's about being smart with inheritance tax. It's about keeping your capital working for you in higher yield investments instead of tying it all up in one property.
So how does that work? Are they just getting a standard mortgage?
It's more sophisticated. They might use what's called a Lombard loan. So they're borrowing against their other liquid assets.
Like what? Stocks, crypto.
Exactly. Single stocks, bonds, even their crypto portfolio.
Mm.
And by doing that, they can get incredibly favorable terms. Maybe a loan in Swiss francs at, 1% interest?
Yeah.
That gives them a huge pile of cash to play with.
Wow. So they can walk into the UK market and act like a cash buyer, which gives them a massive negotiating advantage.
Precisely. They're using bespoke finance. You might see a deal that's technically 100% loan to value, but it's not a standard mortgage. It's structured as, say, 70% mortgage and 30% from that Lombard loan.
So what does this all mean then? It really confirms that for the sub 10 million pound buyer, the decision-making has fundamentally changed.
It has. It's value-led, it's regional, and it's driven by a desire for a better lifestyle and a need for market confidence.
It's not just about a London postcode anymore.
No. And this raises an important question for you, I think. The real difference between, say, a 30 million pound Capital Park property and a sub 10 million pound home is that constant need to think about future liquidity.
Okay.
You should ask yourself, for any high-end investment, is the main driver the asset's utility, actually using and enjoying it, or is it really about its resale value, its rental potential?
The trade-off between utility and liquidity.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that trade-off is exactly what's pushing these savvy buyers to look beyond London's traditional core.